Yo, this is episode 3 of the hardcore Ironman series that I'm doing. And following the Ironman guide that I've been using, it's saying to save spot barbarians at Barbarian Village until level 13 magic, which is pretty simple to do. It's really easy to set this up because there are a lot of obstacles in the way of these NPCs, and the way you do that is you find an obstacle between yourself and another NPC and you just fight away. Ideally, the obstacle will block the NPC's pathing, and you're just able to AFK the entire time until it dies, until you have to re-click another NPC. And here are some screenshots all the way to level 13 here. And with this video, I'm trying something a little bit more different than my previous videos where I showed actual live footage of me doing things and like questing, finding items in shops and buying out items from certain NPCs to further progress in this guided Ironman series. However, in this video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. What I plan on doing is producing some of the more highlights of the overall footage that I've obtained. For an example, this clip is where I'm completing Fight Arena, which is one of the most iconic quests early Ironman and early accounts complete in order to get its experience and rewards. And it's super easy to do, and it's considered one of the most valuable early game quests to complete because it's so easy to complete. I mean, after level 13 magic, I'm able to save spot all of the quest NPCs, and it just makes this quest not redundant, or it's not in a negative way, but it makes it so relaxing. It's relaxing to do this quest. Now, this is how you're gonna do these save spots, and of course, if you don't already know, I'm already using the Questy plugin, and using Questy changes a lot of the hassle of doing quests in old school RuneScape. You don't have to really figure much out. You kind of just do what the plugin tells you, and you're completing quests 1, 2, 3. And so, for an example, this quest, this giant NPC monster is going to be safe spottable because it's being blocked by the skeleton obstacle in the middle of the screen, and it makes this quest super easy to do, and it's pretty satisfying, honestly. And going back to what I was saying about editing these videos, I'm going to be pulling highlights from the hours of footage that I've obtained, and I'm going to be putting in RuneLite screenshots of the things I've completed. So for an example, Gratitude's Cat, the Witch's Potion, I completed the Druidic's Ritual. Really fun quests to do. Witch's Potion again. What else here? The Knight's Sword, a pretty fun quest. I completed the Giant's Foundry, and also completed the Tourist Trap. So I'll be kind of cutting out a lot of extra footage that doesn't really progress in my hardcore Ironman series. And I'm hoping that this type of video or style, well, I mean, speaking about videos and style, I still have to figure out what is my preferred way of editing and producing videos. Because, of course, editing videos and producing videos has your own creative take on it. And how I want to do it is, honestly, I don't even know how I want to be able to produce the video. I just know I want to push things out. In other words, I want to be able to create things, so I have somewhat of a creative outlet to have fun, kind of enjoy my time while doing something, while I feel a little bit productive. So over this hardcore Ironman series, I'm going to be experimenting with a bunch of different styles, how I organize things, how I present information and stuff like that. That's why in a couple of my videos, I did use a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation-esque style to not only organize myself, but also to break up my videos into kind of like chapters in a book. You know how the beginning of the chapter, sometimes there's a title, a little excerpt about the chapter, and that's something that I want to use to be able to focus not only myself but also the audience on what this chapter of the video is going to present. I've completed killing all of the bosses in the fight arena. Very easy, safe, spottable. And we're going to see the massive early game rewards from completing this quest, and it's a lot of attack experience and thieving experience, and that boosted my attack straight from level 10 to 27, which is enormous. Now this is an optional part of the guide here, but once I have a high enough magic level, you're able to do the same thing with these NPCs, these Zamorak warriors, and you're able to safe spot them over this like geyser, this lava geyser, and you need to kill these guys in order to get one of the most iconic weapons in the game. And here it is. Bam! Rune Scimitar. Completely optional to get, but super cool to wield, especially if you're a free-to-play player. Having a Rune Skimmy is one of the best upgrades you can get in the early game here. And I was having a little trouble because I thought I picked up my Rune Skimmy, but there it is. One more thing completed on the guide here. After getting that Rune Skimmy, I headed back to our dome, and I safe spotted Moss Giants to a level 42 magic here. And finding the safe spot was a little hard to do. I had to do a little bit of browsing on the internet, find a Reddit thread that perfectly showed where to safe spot these Moss Giants in an easy way here. Similarly to the fight arena quest bosses, a lot of NPCs that you can find out in the world of Gielinor are all safe spottable. I would say the majority of NPCs, except for a couple of bosses and specific monsters, are not safe spottable with both range and magic. So yeah, I'm going to be using this technique for a majority of my ranged and magic training. And I've also completed some of the early game quests like Tree Gnome Village. Very fun to do. Hazel's Cult, super easy. I think I did side with the witch there. Tribal Totem. Dwarf's Cannon for the iconic Dwarf Cannon equipment that boosts range EXP by a lot. And lastly, Waterfall Quest, which was a huge experience dump into the account. Next, the guide says to go to Zaya and farm Saltpeter. Now, this was an interesting piece of content that I have never done while being a mainscape player. However, as an Ironman, I believe these are useful in order to create super compost. And super compost, if there are any farmers listening here, are very useful for protecting plants, herbs, trees. It gives those plants and vegetation enough protection in order to thrive and produce whatever they produce, actually. Because on the other hand, if you don't provide super compost, they have a high percentage of failing and or dying out. So this was a pretty cool thing to do for a little bit. After that, I did head over to these fruit stalls in Corend, I think. Corend is how you pronounce it. I practically thieved until level 42 thieving. And thieving here is pretty fun to do, in my opinion, because you practically get a full inventory of various fruits, and then you shift click drop them onto the ground, and then you just repeat this process all the way to level 42 thieving. And one of the benefits of thieving here is not only the experience, but you get something called a weird fruit, a magic fruit, I think it's called. And these are pretty useful because it gives you something called run energy. I think it's plus 30 run energy. So it's pretty useful, and I've used a lot of it while completing some quests while running around. Here we go, level 42 thieving in the books. After that, I headed to Lumbridge to do a couple of quests while also pickpocketing H.A.M members for something called a rusty sword. I have no clue what this item is going to be used for. I'm just following this guide blindly, and I'm trusting the process. I'm hoping that it'll just pay off here. And while I'm here, I'm going to just show a couple of highlights. I completed Cook's Assistant, big step towards RFD, Recipes for Disaster. I completed Romeo and Juliet, really weird quest, Demon Slayer. I've also completed Murder Mystery all the way near Camelot. I think it's Yanil, fishing quest, pretty fun quest to do. It's really enjoyable. Head back to Falador to complete Black Knight's Fortress. Completed the Observatory quest near Castle Wars. The Restless Ghost back in Lumbridge. And Goblin Diplomacy. Pretty fun. This guide takes you all around Gielinor because there are certain NPCs that sell things. There are certain things you need to get before you can progress in certain quests. So it sets you up not just for the current place where you're at, but also sets you up for the future to complete even more quests that may require very niche items like a rusty sword. Now here you can see me finishing the Abyss mini quests, and this enables you to enter the Abyss, where I didn't know which was multi. Just a forewarning here. So yeah, I'll just let the video play out. The guide does say to train to level 10 rune crafting, and I only got level 9 right here. So I thought to myself, I might as well use this new area that I unlocked to train up my rune crafting to level 10. So I headed back to the mage in the wilderness, and yeah, I'll have you guys watch it here. And this is gonna be live footage, live audio. All right, just gonna head over to the mage of Zamorak, get level 10 rune crafting. Find the place. Where's the entrance? Oh fuck. Oh fuck, that's all I missed. Oh fuck. Oh shit, where's the entrance? Oh, oh, no. Oh, fuck, where is it? I can't teleport. My heart sank when that shit happened. It was pretty bad, man. It was not cool. But now that I'm not a hardcore Ironman, I did try to go back to the Abyss to finish off level 10 rune crafting, but I just kept dying over and over to get level 10 rune. It was my mistake. For some reason, I just never knew that the Abyss was a multi-attack area. I didn't know the NPCs hit so hard. In all of my years of playing RuneScape, I just haven't touched that content before. And I guess I was a little arrogant and overconfident in my old school RuneScape abilities. Oh man, that shit stung. But you know, like anything in life, I still had something to do. I still had to get level 10 rune crafting. And you know, losing my hardcore Ironman status, although it stung, although I try to make the series all about having one life, I think I'm going to have to continue this Ironman journey, but without the hardcore status. So here's what I did. After this moment, I decided just to get back into following the guide through and through, and you see me finishing a bunch of different quests here, finishing off the first section of the Ironman guide. It mostly consists of a bunch of quests in order to progress the account, to do Grandmaster quests later on. And yeah,